Welcome, Kosta Nedeljkovic. Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. We have a signing. Kosta Nedeljkovic has joined Aston Villa from Red Star Belgrade. He'll go back on loan to Belgrade and join Aston Villa in the summer. Really exciting signing. Great prospect. Hearing great things about Nedeljkovic. And we've gone down this new model, it seems, the early stages of a new model of signing young, up-and-coming players that can grow and develop and become absolute superstars at Aston Villa. Brighton get praise, Brentford have got praise, and it now seems like Aston Villa are going down a little bit of a different path with their recruitment. But that's not to say that we won't sign really good players that are of a different age. I just think the players that we've been linked to, especially in this window, are a lot younger. And I think it's a great sign of a really big future ahead of us with Unai Emery and Monchi. It shows that we've got ambition. It shows that we've got drive, but it also shows that we've got a plan and a vision and something that we're trying to build and grow at Aston Villa. For so many years, it's always just been about the here and now. How can we just improve something right now? We can't look too far ahead. It's all about the here and now. We scramble around from window to window trying to find that next thing that can just simply take us to another window. But the signing of Nedeljkovic is really exciting, and I think it's something that we should all be really looking forward to. And I think it shows, and this is what I kind of like about it as well, that I've actually been thinking about in the last couple of days, is that, we know that Unai Emery is this absolute genius, maestro. He's a magician with what he can do with players. We've already seen that every single player that Unai Emery has came into contact with at Aston Villa, they have generally got better. And they got better last season. They got better this season. So what brilliant things for these young players that are coming in. Nedeljkovic is going to be sort of like just schooled by Unai. Unai is going to get his hands on him at such an early age that he can develop and give him his experience and build him into this absolute powerhouse, that it's all going to be down to Unai Emery. And that's something that I really like. We saw that when Tielemans came in, that a player that has won the FA Cup, that's played in the Champions League, that's played with Belgium at the highest level, he came into Aston Villa and he wasn't ready to play for Unai Emery. He had to learn the Unai Emery way. And I think those two things, that when you look at them like that, it's absolutely crazy, really, that Tielemans had to take time to develop how to play for Aston Villa. And what I'm trying to say is that some of these young players that are coming in that are just going to be nurtured by Unai, they're going to be absolutely fantastic players for Aston Villa in 2 or 3 years' time. So I think it's just really exciting. The club's not standing still. The club's being expressive with its policy and the way it wants to do things. It's showing ambition, and it's also just showing long-term ambition. It's not just focused on the here and now. And I think that's something that really pleases me. And it's something that really gives me hope for Villa moving forward in the future, that, we can have sustained longevity at the top end of the Premier League. It's just not going to be like a flash in a pan where once these players get dated, the plan disappears and then the money just disappears. We're investing in youthful players that in transition, this whole process should just keep churning out really good players. And we just snowball into that next phase. And I think that's the sign of a big club, and a club that's got a really good recruitment policy, that, yes, we love players. We love our players. We love certain players that play for Villa, but they're not going to be here forever. So when they do reach that point where we need to move them on, we've already got that next player that can just filter in and take on that role. And I think that's something so important. It's something that we really need to harness, look forward to, and sort of get to grips with, because, with the owners, they've been on this journey. I think the fans as well, we're all on this journey. We're all sort of learning about what's happening with our club, and it's sort of like learning process for us also. I think those are my general vibes of us signing some of these young players. You know, I think we can look at it and think, yes, we want the here and now, but there is a bigger picture to the here and now. You know, the here and now, if we only look at that as an instance, how long can that possibly last? We've got to look at the long term as well. And I think long term, short term, Unai Emery, Monchi, NSWE, that picture is very, very bright and it's really exciting. So I'm absolutely loving it. So what I wanted to do is we did a transfer hub. We spoke about Kosta Nedeljkovic a little bit. So I don't really want to go on old ground, but what I would like to do is just try and pick up on some of his traits that I've seen so far and some of the things about his game that are really cool anyway. And then, yes, we will, once Unai gets his hands on him and coaches him and a pre-season, and, I don't think this is a player that's going to go straight into this is a player that's going to be coming into the Villa first team squad. It's not a youth player. It's a player that's going to be coming in pre-season and he's in and around the match day squad. So whether he's ready to play the first game of the Premier League season, he's currently 18. I'm not too sure with yet, but he will be involved in the first team at Aston Villa. So let's have a look at a game that I've highlighted. I spoke about this as well, and it was his game against Manchester City in the Champions League. So we'll run through the stats of the game, and then we'll run through some of the still images on some of the things that really impressed me in this game then. So we are on SofaScore. So if any of you do know, we have partnered with SofaScore. You can help me out massively at home. If you scan this QR code, if you are watching on your TV, laptop or iPad, you can scan this code and download SofaScore. If not, there'll be a link to SofaScore in the description in this video. Click the link, download the app. Helps me out massively, and it's it is the best app going in football. It's absolutely tremendous. This is what you can do with this app at home. So like I say, download the app, helps me out massively, and yeah, it helps me out with our partnership with SofaScore as well. So Kosta Nedeljkovic against Manchester City in the Champions League. Yes, he already has Champions League experience. So in this game against Manchester City, he played 78 minutes. He made one tackle and was dribbled past once. He won 3 out of his 4 ground duels. He won none of his 1 aerial duels. He lost possession 6 times. He had a passing accuracy of 85%. Now, a passing accuracy against Manchester City is very, very good. That was really pleasing. Accuracy of his long balls, he had 1 out of 1 accuracy, and his dribble attempts, he had 2 successful dribbles out of 2. So that was very, very pleasing. So now I want to show you some of the graphics that from this game, some of the things that you can see him doing already in this Red Star Belgrade team, and some of the characteristics that might happen when he joins Aston Villa. We're yet to know what the 24-25 Aston Villa system is going to look like. But if we go off what it potentially looks like right now, then that's something that I think we can bear in mind as well. So we'll start off with some of the graphics then from this game. So something that is very, very good, and one of his main traits is his defending. He's very, very athletic. He's very tall. He's got a good presence, and he's able to, and what I would say about him, his brain, his football brain, is ahead of his years. So his positioning, his awareness, his reading of the game is really, really good. So this was against Jack Grealish. You can see him in a 1v1 against Grealish inside the box. He stands Grealish up really, really well. And then he makes Grealish have to play a backward pass to the edge of the 18-yard box. So he defended this area really, really well. The next image that I've got to show you as well, that is that he's very press resistant. So he can press really, really well. You can see that they've kind of gone, well, they have gone for a man-for-man system here against Manchester City, which is he's quite brave, really. So it's quite admirable that they did this. So you can see Nedeljkovic here, and he's pressing that player on that right-hand side as well. So, he's not afraid to step up. He's comfortable playing further up the pitch as well. So he's not just a right back that just sits as a right back. He can play further forward and press in this area as well. Next one that we've got as well is it also highlights that he's able to step into midfield and press inside midfield as well. So here you can see he's in this area here. He's pressed this player here, and now he's moving out to go and occupy Grealish as well. So like I was saying, doesn't just occupy himself in that area there. He's comfortable stepping into that area there and engaging with the opposition. So that's something that we could see him doing at Aston Villa as well. So we've got another graphic here that highlights Nedeljkovic. Is he secretly a number 10? Does he want to be a number 10? But you can see him again in this area here, going into central midfield. So again, not just occupying that area, very comfortable stepping inside there as well. So it's already got an intelligence. It's got a bit of bravery. It shows that he can do a tactical plan as well, that he's not just, prone to being in that area. So next up, we've got him defending as well. And I remember watching this game and I thought, you know what, you've defended this really, really well. So a Man City player was kind of where the ref was. So he's passed the ball to a Manchester City player here. And you can see Nedeljkovic here. So he's pressed him in this area. He's tracked the run. This player goes behind here and Nedeljkovic presses and gets into that area there that stops that ball going into the Man City player. Now, where this player defended this poorly is that he wasn't aware of the crossover from Nedeljkovic, and he also went that way as well, where he should have really just been focused on the player with the ball. So really good defending there from Nedeljkovic to check the overlap and be defensively set in that area as well. We've got an attacking right back on our hands as well. Likes to get forward. You can see him here. The ball's on that right-hand side, and he's interested in getting into that area on the back post as well. So, again, shows that he wants to get forward. And then finally, here's another graphic. He's turned the Manchester City player here, and he just misses this shot narrowly wide, bends it into that far post, and it just goes wide. So again, you can see that he's in a very attacking area as well. So I think it's exciting. He's one of the most sought after young right backs in Europe. It's absolutely fantastic that Villa have been able to get this deal over the line and get a real hot prospect coming into Aston Villa. So once Unai gets his hands on him, we are going to have a fantastic player on our hands. Really exciting. Absolutely love it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Do me a favor, if you've really enjoyed it and you want to support me and this channel, make sure you are scanning the QR code for SofaScore and make sure you are clicking on the link in the description to download that app. So yeah, comment your thoughts down below, smash a like on this episode and subscribe if you are new. Up the Villa.